Good morning everyone. In this session we'll be learning about determination of minor losses in the pipe flow. So usually the losses in the pipe flow may be classified into two types. There is the first one major losses, second one will be minor losses. This major losses is mainly because of frictional resistance, so that can be estimated. So that is in the previous section or in the previous session, so we have seen that. So we have estimated Darcy's friction factor for a given set of a pipeline. So in this session what we'll going to do, we'll going to study the determination of minor losses. Majorly our aim of the experiment is to determine the head loss coefficient for a different pipe fittings. That is at elbow section, what is the head loss coefficient, at the sudden expansion section and the sudden contraction section and the bend according to your syllabus. Let's this is the introduction part. Then application wise, if you are saying if you are designing any distribution system, definitely you need to estimate the different losses in that pipe networks. So that is the major application of the pipe flows. So next, coming to the apparatus. So for the conduction of the equipment, for the conduction of the experiment, so what are the apparatus you need? That is the first one. You need manometer, which is fitted with nothing but differential manometer, which is fitted with the pipeline. Then second one, we need the measuring tank or a collection tank which is fitted with the piezometer. Then we need storage or a sump to pump the water. Then after that we need, along with these, we need stopwatch to note down the time. So this is what the apparatus we need for the conduction of the experiment. Next, the specification part. Specification nothing but you need to note down the diameter of the different sections. What is the diameter of elbow section? What is the diameter of sudden contraction section? What is the diameter of sudden expansion section? What is the diameter of the bend section? You need to note down. So after that, you need to note down the length and breadth of the measuring tank. So these are the things you need to note down before going for the conduction. So during the conduction of the experiment, we need to follow certain steps. So first step, what you need to do, so come here, switch on the equipment and see this manometer, which is properly, the manometer tubes which is properly fitted with the pipeline or not. You have to see that. After that, what you need to do, you have to note down diameter of the different sections of the pipe. So after that, so come here. So once if a flow is there, the flow of water is there in the pipeline, what you need to note down, what you need to do, come here. So you just, if any air wads, if it is there in the manometer, that must be removed by using these walls. After removing the air wads, so what you need to do, so come here, and there is a elbow section, this is a pipeline. You can see this manometer tube which is fitted with the elbow section. Just open these walls. After opening these walls, so what you need to do, you have to note down the left and right limb of the manometer readings. So after note downing the manometer readings, come here nearby the measuring tank, and for a 9 centimeter rise, you just note down what is the time taken. For example, for a 10 centimeter or for a 5 centimeter rise, what is the time taken, you just note down. That is for one section for elbow. So similarly, the same procedure will be repeated for the contraction section, the expansion section, and for the bend section. So this is what the procedure part. Now come for the the conduction part. Yes, what you need to do, so you have to switch on the equipment. Before switch on the equipment, what you need to do, you just to release the main wall of the pipe, release the discharge valve, then this regulatory valve of the pipe. Yes sir. What you need to do, you have to open the both walls. So after opening the both walls, just switch on the equipment. Then come here, if any air wads, if it is there, that must be removed. You can clearly see. Yes, you can just shake this tube. If any air wads will be there, that must be removed. Now just close this walls. Now come to first point, example, the elbow section. See this pipe, this U2 pipe which is fitted with elbow section pipe. Now what you have to do, so you have to release this wall. Then close the main discharge valve. Then you can observe the fluctuation in the manometer readings. Now these are manometer readings, how much you can note down the manometer readings, left and right limb of the manometer readings. So you can see this is 0. So left limb how much I am getting, 42. 42. Right limb, how much I am getting? So 35. So H1 42. So right limb H2. So 35. Now once after taking the manometer reading, so what you need to do, come here the nearby measuring tank. So close this wall of the measuring tank. Now you can observe the raise of water level in the measuring tank. So from 10 to I will going to observe. Yes, so it will be 16 seconds. Now you can release this valve. So time taken will be raise of water level, it will be 10 seconds. For that rise it will be 16 seconds with the time taken. Now for one elbow section it is over. The similar procedure will be repeated for the other two other section of the pipeline. You can see. So now what you have to do, so you have to go for this pipeline. You see this manometer tube which is fitted with sudden expansion section. Now you can release this valve. You can close this first section, elbow section valve. Then directly you can note down the manometer readings, how much you got. See, H2 it will be 46, now 45. This one H1 it will be 35. Yes, H1 35 left limb. Sorry, this one no. Sorry, H1 it will be again, it will be 45. So H2 will be almost 38. It is coming. You can note down that 38. Now come here again. Close this valve. You can note down the time. Now from 5 to I'll take 5 to 15 for the 10 centimeter rise. What is the time taken? Again you have to note down. Yes, it will be 15 seconds. Now you can go for the next section. Example for sudden contraction. Now sudden expansion is over. For sudden contraction section, here you have to release that valve. Now you can open this valve, sudden contraction section valve. This tube it is fitted with sudden contraction section. Now I can close this valve, sudden expansion. Now how much the readings you are going to observe, you can see H1 again you can see 40, 45. It is around 48 it is coming. Clearly marked says 48. Now here you can see this is almost, it is coming 38. So 38, 48, H1 48. This one again 38. So time taken again you have to take. Again from 5 to I will go to observe. From 5 to 15. Yes, it will be 17 seconds. So for 10 centimeter rise again 17 seconds. Now for the last bend section also same procedure. Bend section. So there is a bend valve. Remember this pipe tubes will be fitted with the bend section, the pipeline. Now just release this valve and close these valves. Elbow section. Sorry, not elbow. It is on contraction section. Now you can observe the manometer reading. So from here you can see 46 it is showing. 46, 36. So 46, 36. H1 will be 46, H2 will be 36. Now you can take rise of water level for 10 centimeter rise. What is the time taken? So from 5 again you can observe. Yes. From 5 to 15 centimeters. How much time for that rise? How much time it will take? Yes, you can see 16 seconds again here. So 16 seconds. Yeah, we have taken for 4 sections the readings. Now you can go for the calculation for H1 and H2. So it is a manometer reading. So differential manometer readings in millimeters of mercury we have taken. This has to be converted to the actual pressure rate. So formula will be H will be equal to H1 plus H2 into 12.6. Now that's what you need to convert this mercury rate to water rate. Now, so capital H, so that will be equal to, so H1 42, you have to convert it to millimeters. It is in terms of millimeters reading, converted to meters. So 42 into 10 power minus 3 plus 35 into 10 power minus 3 multiplied by 12.6. How much you are going to get this reading? You can see. So 0.77 into 12.6. So 0.97 meters. Now for the elbow section, what that much we got. For expansion section, so how much you're going to get this for elbow. Now for expansion, (0.045) plus 0.038 multiplied by 12.6. 0.045 plus 0.038 into 12.6, so 1.04 meters. Now H for contraction section, so 0.048 plus 0.038 multiplied by 12.6. So how much you are going to get? 0.048 plus 0.038 into 12.6, so 1.08 meters. Now for last bend section, so 0.046 plus 0.036 into 12.6, 0.046 plus 0.036 into 12.6, so 1.03 meters. So these are actual head readings, actual head. So 0.97, you can write it in tabular column. 0.4, 1.04, 1.08, then 1.03. Now we can calculate the actual discharge. So for calculation the actual discharge, so we I think we are that sheets, I think come on, we are note down. Yeah, so we need to note down the diameter of the pipes at the various sections, various pipe fittings. You can see expansion diameter 2.54 centimeters. So if it is converted to meters, it will be 5 into 0.0254 square divided by 4. So that is the area of expansion section. Area for diameter of pipe at expansion section, it will be 2.45 centimeters. At contraction section also it will be 2.54 centimeters. So elbow section it will be having 1.27 centimeters, and bend section also we will going to see diameter 1.27 centimeters. So pi into 0.0254 square divided by 4. So how much you will going to get? 5.067 into 10 power minus 4 square meters. So for contraction section also same diameter. Now same area 5.067 into 10 power 4 minus 10 power 4 square meters. Now for elbow section, pi into 0 into 0.127 square divided by 4, pi into 0.0127 square divided by 4, so 1.266 into 10 power minus 4 square meters. So for bend section also same diameter, same area you are going to get, 10 power 4 minus 4 square meters. Now length of measuring tank, it will be 0.3 meters, it will be 30 centimeter. Breadth of measuring tank also it will be 0.3. Now area will be 0.3 into 0.3, it will be 0.09 square meters. Now you can calculate the actual discharge. So this is actual discharge formula, area of measuring tank into rise of water level in the collecting tank divided by time taken. So area of measuring tank we know that is a 0.09 square meters. Rise of water level for each section, so we have taken rise of water level, and for rise of water level what is the time taken, we have taken in seconds. So that's what you can calculate, and we can represent values here. You can see head loss coefficient for different sections. Elbow section, this is the formula, H will be equal to KE V square divided by 2G. For bend section, KB V square by 2G. For contraction section, KC V square by 2G. For sudden expansion section, KE V square by 2G. Now velocity of flow will be equal to Q actual divided by area. Now what you can do, we know the readings, no? We have calculated, we have taken the readings, so you can calculate the velocity of flow and the actual discharge. So Q actual for first section, Q actual for elbow section, it will be equal to, so area of measuring tank 0.09 into a rise of water level, that is a 10 centimeter only, you can convert it to meters, 0.1 divided by time taken, you can see 16 seconds. So 16 seconds. So this is the actual discharge for elbow section, 0.09 into 0.1 divided by 16. So 5.625 into 10 power minus 4 meter cube per second. Now similarly for other sections, for bend and expansion, contraction. For expansion section, this is for elbow. For expansion, Q actual, that will be equal to area of measuring tank 0.09 into rise of water level, same, it will be 10 seconds, 10 centimeters we have see we have taken. Then time taken, it will be 15 seconds for expansion section. So you can see 15, you can represent how much you are going to get, you can calculate. Now it will be 6 into 10 power minus 4 meter cube per second. Now for contraction, Q actual, it will be 0.09 into 0.1 divided by time taken, how much it will be, 17 seconds for contraction section. So 0.09 into 0.1 divided by 17, so 5.29 into 10 power minus 4 meter cube per second. Now for last bend section, what is the actual discharge? It will be 0.09 into 0.1 divided by time taken, 16 seconds. 0.09 into 0.1 divided by 16 seconds. So again it will be 5.625 into 10 power minus 4 meter cube per second. So once after calculating the actual discharge, we calculated the area of the pipe, we can calculate the velocity. So velocity of flow, so velocity of flow, so V will be equal to Q actual divided by area of the pipe at different sections. Now for example, velocity for first section elbow. For elbow, what is the velocity? So Q actual, how much you got for elbow section, you can see 5.625 into 10 power minus 4. So divided by, what is the area of pipe at velocity elbow section? So that is elbow, a small a represents elbow. It is a 1.266 into 10 power minus 4. How much we are going to get? So 5.625 divided by 1.266. So 4.443 meters per second velocity. So for expansion velocity, so 5 point, how much it will be for Q actual for expansion section? It is 6 into 10 power minus 4 divided by, so expansion area, expansion 5.067, so it will be 1.184 meters per second. As for contraction, what is the discharge? Discharge what we got, 5.29 into 10 power minus 4 divided by area of contraction section, same 5.067 into 10 power minus 4. So how much will going to get this one? 5.29 divided by 5.067. Yeah, it will be 1.044 meters per second. Now for bend section last, for bend, what is the velocity? Discharge will be 5.625, bend 625 into 10 power minus 4, so divided by area of bend 1.26266 into 10 power minus 4. Now it will be 5.625 divided by 1.266, almost 4.443 meters per second. It is the same velocity we will going to get 4.443 meters per second for bend. Now once after calculating the velocity, so we can calculate the head loss coefficient. You can calculate, you can all values, you can, what is the calculated values you can write here. So first one, so elbow 5 point, in the tabular column 5.625 into 10 power minus 4, for expansion 6 into 10 power minus 4, for contraction 5.29 into 10 power minus 4, for bend 5.625 into 10 power minus 4. Now velocity 4.443, 1.184, now 1.044, now 4.443. Now head loss coefficient, we know the formula. Here you can see the head loss coefficient for elbow. Elbow will be equal to, so H will be equal to kg into v square, so divided by 2g. Now if you are taking this coefficient hk this side, so it will be h into 2g divided by v square. Now you can substitute all the values. Here you can see, so h here for elbow section, how much you got? Pressure rate reading 0.97 into 2 into g value 9.81 divided by, so what is the v velocity? 4.443 square. Now what is the coefficient? 0.97 divided by 2 into 9.81 divided by 4.443 square. So 0.96 for elbow section